Okay, so now we have all of our ribbon, or excuse me, all of our mesh on our wreath. Now we're gonna work on adding the ribbon. So this is what the ribbon looks like for this kit. You have 10 different patterns. You have 4 of most patterns. The exception is you have 5 of this yellow plaid and 5 of this one. Otherwise, there's 4 of every color. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix up these ribbon and set it to the side so then we can add it to the wreath. So I'm going to kind of start with just keeping my turquoise ones together. I'm going to pair these up and put them to the side. And then with the purples, we're going to match these 2 up. Oops, sorry. Okay, so now with the pinks, we've got 4 of each. So we're going to mix them up that way. So we're going to kind of grab, we're going to 2 with this one, and then 2 with this one, and then 2 and 2. And I'm going to set those aside. And now with our yellows, we're going to kind of do something similar. So grab 2, 1, how did I do? Oh, that's why. All right. So now I got my ribbons kind of paired off. I'm going to bring my wreath back in and we're going to add it on. Now, you're going to you don't want to necessarily do the tone on tone. So I'm not going to go yellow on yellow. I've done that in the past for some, but this one I kind of want to be a little bit more spread out. So I'm going to start. It doesn't matter what color you start with. I'm happy to start with the yellows. I'm going to accordion fold. Sorry, I'll walk through that a little bit. So I'm kind of just bunching the ribbon together like this. I'm going to crisscross, and then I'm going to just start somewhere. And I'm going to find an open pipe cleaner on top of the mesh. I'm going to lay that in there, take the 2 pipe cleaners, pull it tight, twist, and then I'm going to tuck the pipe cleaners around to the back side. I flip that over for you so you can see that. So I'm going to span the 2 crossbars, and I'm going to pull it as tight as I can and twist a couple times. And we'll come back. I mean, you can twist it as much as you want, but we'll come back and finish off the wreath in a different step. Now, as you can see, the mesh grabs everything. So sometimes trying to keep your ribbon as far away from what you're working on as possible is helpful. Okay, so I'm going to do the same with my next yellow. And then, so I've got 2, 3. So I have 7 different yellows, so I want to kind of spread them out pretty well. And kind of mix it up. So I am going to go with yellow on yellow. So you can either work with all with one color, or you can just kind of grab and work each individual mesh as you want. Now, some of it will end up being tone on tone, and some of it will be mixed with other colors. So basically, I'm going to keep doing this all the way around my wreath, adding the ribbon, and again, I'll flip this over and span the 2. I don't always flip my wreath over just because when I'm shooting the video and I fast forward, it becomes very hard to see. Okay, so now I'm going to do another think I need to do one on the inside. So I only got, so I'm trying to coordinate so that some are on the inside of the wreath and some are on the outside. That one's on the out. So I think I may come here to this pink one and do an N. And I'm going to feed those back to the back side and twist it off. And then what I might do is go ahead and add one more of the yellow and save my last two to where I can fill in with that yellow and start adding some of the other colors. So I'm just going to kind of work my way around the wreath, adding them. I am going to show you this one though. First, I'm going to turn this one over. So one of the things that's nice is you do want to kind of, on these outer ones, make sure they do span the two, because if you can kind of tell that yellow is rolling out a bit, by pulling on that inner one, it will roll that one back in. And it's particularly true of those on those corner ones. So that's helpful when you're to do that as you go, but we can always fix it when we finish off the back of the wreath. So, all right, well, at this point, I'm going to save my last two yellows. I'm going to set them over here, and I'm going to fill in with them at some point, but I'm going to start working on some of the other colors, just to kind of get it spread out. So I'm going to fast forward the video at this point, and then I'll come back on and walk you through the steps of finishing off your wreath and adding the sign.